What's up, you guys? It's been a couple weeks. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to listen on in, join the conversation, even if you're watching later. I do appreciate you. I feel like we've kind of had a little bit of Phoenix Suns news in the past, 48 hours or so, just a little bit. It's stuff worth talking about, anyways, especially the game that took place just not too long ago. That took place tonight. Um, it was the Bahamas team versus Cuba, and they absolutely dominated Cuba. Final score was like 109 or whatever. It was a blowout pretty much. I actually have the box score pulled up right here. It was 109 to 68. Jeez Louise. And that's sort of what we're going to be talking about. Not necessarily the game, because I was mainly watching more of Deandre Ayton and Eric Gordon. But I want to talk about Deandre Ayton a little bit, and then we're going to talk about some other Suns related things, the Phoenix Suns preseason schedule, and a little bit more. I know I say this after almost every show, but probably not going to be long for or live long for very long. I don't even know what I'm talking about. It's been like 2 weeks since I've done a live show, y'all. So if I'm a little bit rusty, I do apologize. But enough with the disclaimers, enough with the hibbity hoo blah blah blah. You guys aren't here for that. You're here because you want to know how Deandre Ayton did in the Bahamas Olympic, I guess like pre-qualifying game or whatever. And I'm sure you guys saw the highlights trending on Twitter and probably Instagram and all that. I know I uploaded one clip myself. But I will just say this. He looked pretty good. First off, I know you guys saw the video that I made where it was like post practice or whatever, and he was just getting up some post game shots or whatever. And one takeaway from that video that I uploaded was he did look a little bit leaner. And it's not necessarily that he like lost weight or anything, but it seems like he got a little bit leaner during the off season, which I think that's good. He just looks a little leaner. Now, one thing, and look, you can actually go back and look at some of these highlights because the FIBA YouTube channel is going to be eventually uploading them, and Deandre Ayton is probably going to be in a lot of those clips. But one thing I was really looking at was how Deandre Ayton was running the floor. And there's going to be a little bit of negative stuff here and there, but I guess that's kind of one of my only gripes. And if that's the only thing I'm really griping and complaining about, it's probably not too big of a deal. But it kind of seemed like he still runs the floor the same way. Not necessarily that he's like jogging up the court, but didn't look as like fast or finesse as I kind of wanted him to. But again, I'm just griping. I'm just nitpicking here because Deandre Ayton really did have a dominant game. I just want to make sure I'm getting this right. 22 points, 10 for 14 from the field, had 10 rebounds, and he had 2 assists. Now, I thought he got credited with a block, but they must not have counted it. But he definitely was really active on the defensive end, putting up his hands, contesting shots. And again, just to an extent, ran the floor okay, moving his feet well, was rebounding, was sort of calling for the ball a lot too, I thought. And again, if you guys want to check out these highlights, the FIBA YouTube channel will be uploading them and all that. And again, Deandre Ayton will be in a lot of these highlights. You can even go on Twitter and look at them. And we're actually going to react to just a couple of them because I don't want to get a copyright claim or anything like that. But yeah, Deandre Ayton looked pretty good. But it wasn't just Deandre Ayton out there. It was Eric Gordon. Man, first off, I saw some people talking about this on Twitter. But this was one of my first thoughts when we found out that Deandre Ayton was going to be playing for the Bahamas during this Olympic qualifier and all that was that Eric Gordon and Deandre Ayton are going to build a really good, or they're going to build great chemistry, if you will. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second here. I just want to make sure. Can someone in the chat let me know if we're sounding and looking good? You guys know how I am with that. But while we're waiting for that, that was one of the first things that I thought of was the chemistry between Eric Gordon and Deandre Ayton. Because you got to think about it. Not only are they going to build great on the court chemistry, but they're going to build off the court chemistry, because you got to probably assume these guys are spending a whole lot of time together. Thank you, Backcourt Highlights, for letting me know. Sounding and looking good. Sounds good. Video is a little choppy at times. My apologies, you guys. Yeah, I kind of noticed that. That's kind of why I asked how we're looking and sounding, because I can see myself and it's a little laggy for some reason. I don't know why. But anyways, thanks for the feedback, guys. All right, so yeah, you got to assume they're probably spending a lot of time together on and off the court. And look, there's obviously some great veterans in this league, and the Suns have a few veterans on the team, obviously Kevin Durant being one of them. But during the summer, at least most of the summer, I would want a veteran like Eric Gordon right by my side. So not only are they going to build chemistry on the court, but they're going to build it off the court. So speaking of Eric Gordon, y'all, 17 points, and he had 4 threes. He was 4 for 7 from 3. But a few of these 3-pointers, you guys, I'm not even joking you, were deep. They were deep 3-point shots. Eric Gordon was lighting it up. And not just that, especially earlier in the game, Eric Gordon was driving to the basket, super aggressive, drawing fouls. Eric Gordon played great. And again, this game was a complete blowout. The game itself, I'm not really focusing on. If you guys are curious, here is the box score. Let me see if you guys can see that. My button tab did not work. Oops, here we go. That's why it didn't work. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys can see this, but yeah, this is the box score for tonight. And as you can see, Deandre Ayton did all of that in just 25 minutes. It was 22 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists. And like I said, I thought he got credited with the block, but he didn't. And then Eric Gordon, 24 minutes, 6 for 10 from the field, 4 made 3-pointers to go along with 4 assists, and was super aggressive, attacking the basket, trying to get to the free throw line and everything. So Eric Gordon was really good. And again, just the excitement and the sort of new look DA, if you will, and just him learning from Eric Gordon, getting this FIBA experience with the Bahamas team, and just sort of a new look DA, if you will. That's what I'm really excited about. And there is probably I think they play another is it Argentina next or something like that. I forget who they're playing next, but this was definitely what we needed to see as Phoenix Suns fans, especially since Deandre Ayton came out and said that he was trying to change the narrative and all that, and you guys saw that video. Yeah, thank you, Psycho Hawk 2000. Yeah, Argentina is up next against the Bahamas, but there was that whole clip of Deandre Ayton was like, "Oh, I have no fans," and yada yada yada, and I'm trying to change the narrative. Well, this was a small preview of Deandre Ayton trying to change the narrative. And speaking of that, I want to share this tab because this was sort of the clip that is going viral, if you will. And again, this is just a quick clip, and I'm gonna kind of play it in a little. It's kind of normal speed, but I slowed it down a little bit. So I'm sure you guys saw this already. But let's watch this. So Eric Gordon has the ball, and I believe somebody tips it, and Eric Gordon or DeAndre Ayton catches the ball. So here it is right here. So DeAndre Ayton catches it. He hesitates for a minute. He pump fakes, gets the guy off the air, drives in, drives in, and throws it down. Let's watch this again, y'all. We can't watch it too many times because of copyright and all that, but oh my goodness, DeAndre Ayton throwing it down. And there's a couple other clips that I want to show you guys. Dwayne Rankin actually uploaded this. I'm going to just pull this up. Give me a second here, guys. These clips I feel like are worth looking over. Sorry, guys. Let me just do this. Do technical difficulties. How's everybody's night going? Let me know, you guys. Again, if I'm a little rusty during this live show, y'all, it's just because it's been a couple weeks. I'm back to my other part-time job, and I'm trying to upload as many videos as I can during the dog days of summer and all that. So, all right, y'all. So here we go. Here's a couple more clips from DeAndre Ayton. Let me just pause that. Sorry, y'all. Oh, okay, there we go. Little dribble handoff. DeAndre Ayton goes in and reverse throws it down. DeAndre Ayton, look at this. Drives in and just flushes it down. Oh my goodness, DeAndre Ayton. Let's watch that one more time, y'all. That's the Deandre Ayton we're going to need. And it's more than just his dunks, you guys. It really is. Like, he dunked a lot in this game. He really did. But it was more of, like I mentioned before, it was the footwork, it was contesting shots, running the floor pretty well. Even though I kind of criticized him a little bit for, not being as finesse and not running like super fast down the court. Maybe he was just trying to save his energy and all that. Somebody responded to me on Twitter saying, like, I saw him with his hands on his sides or whatever a lot. I'm like, I'm nitpicking and we're nitpicking about small things, but this definitely does look like a different and new DA. But now it's the same repeated conversation that I've had on this channel multiple times, is that now it's all about just consistency. And I know it's just the FIBA tournament. We still have training camp coming up. We have the preseason coming up. But I want to see this version of Deandre Ayton in, training camp, in preseason, during the regular season, et cetera, during the playoffs and all that. So that's just my short little segment, if you will, on Deandre Ayton and Eric Gordon in the Bahamas game. Again, they absolutely dominated Cuba today. It was a blowout. And again, just search Twitter, search Instagram, or go to the FIBA's YouTube channel if you guys want to watch the full highlights, take a closer look at Ayton. And again, check out those deep Eric Gordon threes, because Eric Gordon was launching them tonight, y'all. But that's not the only reason we are here tonight, everybody, because I do want to talk to you guys about some other related Phoenix Suns things. And we got some news today, everybody. Let me just lower this real quick. Sorry, guys. So the Phoenix Suns preseason schedule came out today. Now, we knew of, I believe, 4 games that were released to the public. Some of them were leaked due to other teams. But we got the full official schedule for the Phoenix Suns preseason for the 2023-24 season. And here's the first important game that I really want to talk about. And it's the first game of the preseason, which is October 8th versus former Phoenix Suns head coach Monty Williams, the newest head coach of the Detroit Pistons. That is right. The Suns' first preseason game is against the Detroit Pistons, Sunday, October 8th at 12 p.m. And that is, Detroit time and everything. But yeah, that's going to be a great game, because not only that, I'm a little optimistic about the Pistons. They have a lot of bright young talent. I know that the sort of narrative around that team is that they have a lot of forwards and all that, and a lot of big men and centers, but they are a really talented team. I mean, off the top of my head, Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey. I think they drafted Asar Thompson, one of the Thompson twins, Jalen Durant. I mean, the list goes on and on. They have a stacked roster. And now they're adding Monty Williams to the mix, along with pretty much most of the Suns coaching staff of last year. And I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but during Monty Williams' press conference, the entire Pistons team, except for Bogdanovich, was there. And I think it's probably because he was overseas or whatever, but every Pistons player was there from Monty Williams' presser, along with all the coaching staff. And I know it's just a preseason game, y'all, but I think that game's going to be awesome. That's going to be a must watch. And we can talk more preseason later and all that, especially closer to the game and all that. But I'm excited for that game, because not only is it Monty Williams, first game against the Phoenix Suns since being fired by the team, but it's really our first look at this new look Phoenix Suns. And let's be real, Booker, Beal, KD, all them, they're probably not going to play many minutes. But I want to see what this bench can do. And that's really what the preseason, even last year and the year before that, that's what preseason has been for me, is just me seeing what the bench can do, seeing sort of a preview or a trailer to what this team is going to look like. Sort of like Deandre Ayton tonight. We saw Deandre Ayton trying to change the narrative, if you will, and we got a small teaser of that. So I'm pumped for the Suns' first preseason game, Sunday, October Sunday, October 8th at 12 o'clock versus the Pistons. Then the first Suns preseason home game is against the defending champion Denver Nuggets. Wouldn't be shocked if Nikola Jokic does not play in that game. But still, it's against the Nuggets and it's at home, so we got to watch it. And then back-to-back games against the Blazers, October 12th, and then 4 days later on the 16th. And then the final preseason game, I believe it's in like Palm something, California, sort of like a neutral site, if you will. Let me just lower this and make sure I'm getting that right. Palm Desert, California. That's what it is. Thursday, October 19th, 7 p.m. against the Lakers. So anytime the Suns and Lakers play, you definitely got to watch it. But yeah, that is the Suns preseason schedule, and definitely excited for that. But there is more I want to talk about, you guys. Like I said, this is probably going to be a shorter stream. Really not too much going on, but some stuff that I thought was worth discussing. So the next topic here that we're going to talk about is Kevin Garnett, who, by the way, is one of my all-time favorite players. If you don't know who Kevin Garnett is, first off, do your homework. But secondly, Kevin Garnett was and is one of the best big men of all time, one of the best power forwards of all time. And honestly, I think is a really smart guy, in my opinion. Sometimes he says like outlandish things, but definitely a smart guy. Been through a lot in his personal life, been through a lot in his career. And you guys also might know him for starring in that movie Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler. But shout out to Kevin Garnett. So what we're going to react to, and to be honest with you guys, I've only really read the sort of the how do I say this? Just the headline of this. But we're actually going to react to the clip that Showtime Basketball uploaded and KG tweeted. So Kevin Garnett pretty much said that this is Devin Booker's team. And again, we're going to just react to the clip here. I don't think we're going to watch the full 2 minute. Well, I don't know. Let's see. I mean, it's like a 2-minute clip, but we're just going to react to just a little bit of. We're not going to watch the whole thing, and we're actually going to listen live. I'm going to put on my headphones, and we're going to react to this clip. So give me 1 second. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. I didn't know the clip was 2 minutes. I thought it was a little bit shorter than that, but okay. So let me just pull this up. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second here. Let's lower this. I don't know what I'm doing. One-man show. I know I say that all the time, but it's true. All right, so here's Kevin Garnett talking about how this is Devin Booker's team, and it's his case for why Devin Booker is the number one option in Phoenix now. And keep in mind, he's talking to Paul Pierce, but here we go.
I don't think the responsibility is on KD. I think this is Booker's team.
You think this Booker's
this
team
is
now?
Definitely Booker's team. Hell yeah. This is Booker's team, and this is everybody in the cast coming to support him, man. Straight up. Straight up. Man, listen, I didn't think it was fair to put that pressure on KD like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a bunch to carry. I think he's used to it by
this
now.
Is not, so you saying this is Booker's squad
this
now?
This is Booker's team. No, I've been saying it, yeah.
This is not KD?
No, fuck no.
Ooh.
No, but, I mean.
So down the stretch, Booker's getting the first look.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all. So again, I'm not going to play the full clip because again, I don't want to get copyrighted or anything, but let me take off my headphones too. But pretty much what KG is saying there is something that I've been saying for a long time, is that this is still Devin Booker's team. It's been Devin Booker's team. And these are good problems to have. And by that, I mean, we have 3 of the best scorers in the NBA all on the same team. So again, the whole subject of who's going to take the last shot, that's a conversation for another time. But KG knows basketball, man, in my opinion. And again, this is Devin Booker's team. It always has been Devin Booker's team. And I think KG's absolutely right. Again, full article. It's all over the place. I was reading this off Yahoo Sports, but Yeah, pretty much KG pretty much said this is Devin Booker's team and Devin Booker should get the first shot. And another thing I liked that he said was that he pretty much said that the super team and the troops or whatever came to Devin Booker. And I don't really know if there was a lot of pressure on KD necessarily. I mean, I get why they say that because, I mean, KD, pretty much forced his way to get traded to Phoenix. And we had a lot of expectations last year, and we're going to have even more this year. And like, I get that, but like, I don't know. You guys get what I'm saying? I don't know. But let's react to a couple other things. One other thing I want to react to, speaking of Kevin Durant, and this isn't really anything necessarily new. As you can see, we're kind of we're kind of flowing through this show. Like I said, it's going to be a shorter show, y'all. First live show in a couple weeks and all that, and I just kind of wanted just to go live and talk about DeAndre Ayton's game. But Kevin Durant has had sort of a tour, if you will, of wrong. It's the Suns team, not Booker's team, says Alan Snow. I agree with that, but you guys get my point. Devin Booker's been here since 2015. He's the team captain. He's a veteran in this league now. That's crazy to think, y'all. Booker's what, in his 8th year? I can't do math, but Booker's in his 8th year, and he's already like a veteran in this league. But sticking on topic, Kevin Durant has pretty much been on a tour, if you will, and he's been in the gym. It seems like he's been like locked in the gym, and he's been working with a lot of NBA players. I can't name them all, but I believe Paolo Banchero was one of them. Jalen Green, Devin Vassell, maybe one of the Spurs guys. And he's been working with a lot of players, but recently, and this comes from Through the Lens and also through Clutch Sports. This was yesterday. Kevin Durant was in the gym, with Chet Holmgren. And we're going to sort of react to these highlights here and watch them. Kevin Durant is just spreading his wisdom around the NBA and working with players. And Chet Holmgren sort of has that, 2K created player size and, was unfortunately injured last year. But here's the highlights here of KD and Chet working together and playing one-on-one, it looks like. So, and KD's looking good, man. It just seems like he's legit been locked in the gym all summer long. And that's great. That's what we're going to need from KD, man. But I like how he's kind of helping out the young guys, and Chet Holmgren's also looking good. He was injured last year. He got injured during the offseason and all that. So, yeah, shout out to KD, man, doing all that. All right, guys, last thing we're going to do here. Last two things, actually. I had a few other things I want to talk about, but I'm going to end the show. This is going to be an early show that we're going to end. But I got this from Reddit. And again, I want to give credit where credit is due. I don't actually know who uploaded this, but I saw this on Reddit. And this is a Phoenix Suns court that somebody designed. So if somebody knows who actually did this, let me know. But again, I saw it on Reddit. I'm going to share the screen. We'll get a closer look of this court. So part 2 of my court concept series. Let me kind of get a better look at this here. An alternate court inspired by the statement jerseys also included in my part 1 court for anyone who missed it. So here's a closer look of this court. And again, this is just a concept court. Let me see if you guys can see this. Yeah, so here's the court, y'all. This looks badass. Definitely looks like the statement jerseys, kind of mixed in with a little bit of the Valley jerseys as well. You got the Valley court a little bit. Beautiful colors. The court looks awesome. It's pretty much our court, but just with different colors and a little bit of the Valley sprinkled in there. So I just wanted to react to that. Again, I'm not actually sure. It might be 700. I can't read the name, but it's somebody on Reddit uploaded it, and it looked like it was a 2-part series. Also, here's a couple different photos of it. Let me just go back to this tab, share tab instead. So here's like sort of a different angle. And I kind of like this angle right here. That looks really cool. That's a really cool looking court. Again, it's just a concept. I wonder if we're going to get a new court for our city edition jerseys, the El Valle, or however you pronounce that. I can't pronounce that at all. I wonder if we're going to get a new court for that, but just wanted to share that. So the final segment, again, we're speed rounding this show. Whatever. Okay. The final topic that we're going to talk about, and this is kind of random. This is just me talking. I was just thinking about this today. Sort of wishful thinking here. But how cool would it be? And first off, let me just say this. I know that Bradley Beal hasn't played 1 second with the Phoenix Suns yet, and KD's only played like a handful of games. We haven't even had a full season with KD yet. I get it. I'm just kind of speaking out loud here. This is going to be the final topic, and then we're going to wrap up the show. How cool would it be if Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant, wishful thinking here, finished their careers with the Phoenix Suns? Bradley Beal's like, what, 30 years old? KD's 35, 36 now? So, KD's at least got another 3 years with us, I believe. And maybe could sign an extra year after that if things are going well. Bradley Beal's locked up for a few years. And if things go extremely well, you got to assume Bradley Beal might want to stay here, especially if we win a ring and all that, or 2 rings or whatever. I think it'd be awesome if one day we look back and we're like, man, Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant are 2 of the greatest Suns ever. And they finished their careers here. Or let's say, like in Bradley Beal's case, since he's younger, let's say Bradley Beal plays with the Suns till he's like 37, 38, and then he retires at like 39. That would be freaking awesome. Again, I'm thinking way into the future, because Bradley Beal hasn't even played a second with the Suns yet, and we've only had so many KD games. But I was thinking about that. I was like, man, that would be freaking awesome if Bradley Beal and KD could retire as Suns. So again, sort of a shorter show, y'all. A little bit discombobbled at times. I just wanted to talk about the Ayton game, Eric Gordon. Also, honorable mention, and I'm going to butcher this name, Shezi Metu, or however you pronounce his name. Metu was playing for the Nigeria team. He had a pretty good game. I think he had a double-double and played really well in the third quarter. But they unfortunately were stunned in that game, and they lost. So, but he played as well. So just wanted to talk about that, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Even if you guys are watching later, I truly do appreciate it. And thank you guys so much for the support, especially during these times where there's really not much to talk about, not really much going on. The fact that you guys continue to support the channel and support my content, it means the world to me. Stay tuned for more. Definitely going to be doing more live shows, and just going to be pumping out as much content as I can all the way up until training camp, all the way up until preseason. I'm not going anywhere, y'all. So thank you guys so much. Do me a huge favor, y'all. Crush that like button. Subscribe if you want to. Share the show. The best way to support the channel, everybody, is just to keep watching. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. That's all YouTube wants you to do. They want you on the platform. They want you watching, and I want you guys just to keep watching my content. I really appreciate it. Thank you for everybody who was in the chat. I know I didn't really address the chat too much today. This is sort of a speed round show, but I love you guys. God bless you guys. Stay safe out there. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Brandon, aka Suns Geek, and if it has to deal with the Phoenix Suns, I'm going to make a video about it. And on that note, as always, go Suns. Peace.
What's up, Suns Geek?